This episode of the MoY Ploy is brought to you by the Missouri Aquarium Society. Missouri Aquarium Society, where your fishy dreams come true.
Welcome into the MoY Ploy Boys Dynasty podcast, the greatest podcast that you didn't want or ask for. And now introducing your hosts, Jake the gluten-free Harris and Peter Cheater Pigoo Hot Sizzle O'Donnell.
My homies, and welcome into the MoY Ploy. I am Jake the gluten-free Harris. Peter Cheater Pigoo Hot Sizzle O'Donnell could not be here tonight, so I am joined instead by my lovely son, Deacon Harris. Deacon, give the people a nice little welcome in. Oh yeah. Alright, so this is the MoY Ploy, the greatest podcast that you did not want or ask for. Some of you are probably asking, what the hell is this? What have I got myself into? Well, this is the podcast where I, sometimes Peter as well, talk about the happenings going on in the league, spread some propaganda, talk shit on the rest of you plebs, and if anyone enjoys this bullshittery enough to ever want to co-host an episode of 12, just ask, because I would love to have a co-host. It's always better with a co-host. So, you have joined a MoY Ploy Fantasy League. What does that even mean? Well, it means that we here at the MoY Ploy are committed to giving you the most fun, engaging, and degenerate fantasy football experience that you have ever been a part of. How degenerate? I'm holding a sleeping child. There's another one over there, and I am risking waking them up just to talk as loud as I possibly dare, which I probably sound kind of like creepy whisper voice, as loud as I possibly dare to give you guys this stupid podcast that no one wanted or asked for. So MoY. MoY stands for Manager of the Year. And the ploy is to win the award at all costs. At the end of the regular season, we as a league, end of the regular fantasy football season, will be casting votes for both the MoY and the WOY. That is the Manager of the Year and the Worst Manager of the Year. And yes, I know that we suck at acronyms. So why is the MoY Award so important? Well, I think that Lou Holtz said it best when he said, if you want to be happy for a minute, eat a cheeseburger. If you want to be happy for a day, go to an amusement park. But if you want to be happy for a lifetime, win a MoY Award for yourself, your children, and your children's children. So boys, we are almost through the 23rd round of the draft, and teams are really starting to shape up nicely. Let's take a little breakdown look at the rosters so far, and boom, there it is. Let's go left to right. Hot Sizzle comes up first. He has got a great core of young receivers, some elite quarterbacks, and hopefully guys that will inherit a starting role in a few years here with Pollard, Madison, potentially Sermon in a split backfield with Elijah Mitchell, and then some hopefuls at tight end and rookie picks thrown in. So he's definitely playing a win in the future strategy. I like the strategy. Carry on, Pigoo. The next boring no-trade boy is Jim Mertz. Jim Mertz really went with a mix of both vets and young guys and rookie picks, which I think is really important because that allows you to cycle talent. You can sell Tyreek Hill when he's 29 years old. You can sell Aaron Jones immediately because he's going to lose his starting job any second now. You can sell Keenan Allen yesterday because that was the right time to sell him. You can sell James Robinson before he tore his Achilles. Like, see what I'm saying? You can sell these veterans as they begin to age. Do I like Jim's team? No. Is he doing my favorite draft of the entire league? No, but he is doing the least favorite draft that I've seen in this league. Moving on. Jake the gluten freak Harris, Jaboy. Definitely a win later strategy, possibly not even in the next 2 years with as many rookie picks as I ended up taking. But I just kept asking myself, would I, if I had the 103, would I trade it for Saquon Barkley? No, probably not. Would you trade it for Calvin Ridley? No, probably not. TJ Hawkinson? maybe, but I already got Kyle Pitts. I'm going to go ahead and take the 103 because none of these other guys are anywhere near that value. Same for the 104. Same for the 105. Same for the 107. Et cetera, until a point I was like, you know what? The league started picking some more rookies, and when the league zigs, you gotta zag, and that's how you find value. So I started picking up the vets. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Brett. Brett, the running back man. I love the value that you managed to scoop up here with Christian McCaffrey. I love him over Kamara. He's younger. He's more productive when he's on the field. Sure, he hasn't been healthy in 2 years. Big whoop! The moment he starts throwing up 20 points a game, automatically, the moment his feet touch the field, people are going to remember that he was the best running back in recent memory for fantasy production. Dalvin Cook, again, great job. Would you take Devonta Smith over Dalvin Cook? Of course not. Dalvin Cook, well done. I prefer Eckler over Cook, whatever. Just the rest of your team is a ton of running backs that all fell to you at great value. And what's awesome, Brett, is that you don't have to put a starting lineup for months. You got months to wheel, deal, make trades. Good draft. Love the valuable picks. Love the picks and the value that you took them at. Juan Solo. Josh Allen, amazing pick. And just looking down, I like your strategy. Very balanced, both young and vet. You are going to be a team that I think has a chance to contend the next 2 or 3 years very well, and possibly into the future if you are able to sell your aging assets to teams that are, the teams that are going further than you in the playoffs. So if you ever get eliminated, sell your aging players, run it back the next year. I like your team. Jordan Chall. This is a young team, but it's a young team that sold its rookie pick. So he is building this roster all in to compete this year and next and go forwards with this specific roster. So if this doesn't work out, it could be a tough rebuild for him. Justin Jefferson, Javonte Williams, Trey Lance. I would have loved to see Trey Lance. I think you took him a little early. I would think he should have gone right here around like the 303. Would have been a great spot for Trey Lance to go. I think here at the 2.8 is just a bit early. Wink. Let's talk about Gibson. I think Gibson has a chance to leapfrog so many running backs taken ahead of him. There's a chance that he finishes and he's the RB3 next year in Dynasty startups. That's a chance. That's on the range of outcomes for him. Again, just all young players. Well done. And the vets that you took later, I liked all of them as well. All right, let's talk about Rich, the softball guy. Oh, I'm in the wrong view for this. Let's talk about Rich, the softball guy.
We all know softball guy. A lot of you are softball guy. Let me very quickly take you through softball guy.
We are all softball guy. Deacon agrees. He is softball guy. All right, so I'm working on bumpers for the entire league. I hope you enjoy yours. Rich, I really like your first 2 picks here. Great job. Debo, I feel like you're taking him at like peak value. Nick Chubb, same. I think I don't see how they could possibly go up in value, only down. Ridley, I think, is the best value of the draft. Well done. Everyone else, I think you just did a great job of taking people that were falling to you, except Chuba Hubbard. The dude sucks giant. Earmuffs, children. The dude sucks a giant penis. He sucks. He gets a ton of work. Like it's 24 carries, 3.4 yards per carry. 3.8. Barely cracks, on 24 carries, barely cracks 4.2. Against Philadelphia, they weren't a super stout defense. Minnesota was not a good run defense either, 3.8. Against Atlanta, 3.4 yards per carry against Atlanta. 2.3 against New York Giants? Are you kidding me? The only teams he only plays halfway decent against are Houston and Dallas. Not known for its run defense either. Even though their defense did improve, they're not known for the run defense, especially not early in the year. They weren't great. Against almost every other team except Tampa Bay, when Tampa Bay was like starting their 8th string guys, because who cares? They don't need to stop Chuba Hubbard. Like, he sucked. Zero upside with Chuba Hubbard. Hate the pick. You got guys with actual upside or draft picks that you could have taken. Anyways, moving on. We've got Tom DVDA Sorrell, whose name does anagram into Lord Voldemort. I love that bumper. And yes, I know it's entirely too long. Um, all right. Tom. Lamar Jackson, Jamar Chase. Strong start. Austin Eckler. I like him a lot. There's such a tier break here after Eckler. I feel like Gibson was there, but he was definitely not going to be there after you traded out of the 3 and 4. So I like Eckler. You know what you're getting with him. He'll be productive. And if you lose, you can sell him at the end of the year. Saquon Barkley. Yes. Can I help you? Saquon Barkley was actually my favorite pick of your draft. Again, Barkley has a chance to finish next year. He could be, like, how old is he? 24? About to be 25? 25, about to be, I think he just turned 25. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he'll be playing football at age 25 next year. Barkley could leapfrog everyone but probably Najee and Jonathan Taylor on this list. There is a chance. If Melvin Gordon is still a thing, Javonte Williams doesn't have the backfield to himself, DeAndre Swift gets injured again for like the 3rd year in a row and doesn't perform as well, they change how they use him, something like that, Barkley could leapfrog all of these people, and he will be getting out of New York next year, most likely. Most likely. Not a guaranteed thing. Anyways, solid value on Jacobs, more receiving usage every single year, and someone in the Dynasty community is just generally sleeping on. Darren Waller, great value. Don't like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I just think he got so much usage because Hawkinson was out, Swift was out. Hawkinson is wide receiver 1, Swift is kind of wide receiver 2. And I think when Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're going to probably get a wide receiver in this draft. St. Brown will be contending on a bad offense with 4 other players, and he is not going to be the first target in that offense. He's just not. And again, I'm an idiot, and I've been wrong before. So, Tua, insane value. I do think the Dynasty community is shitting on him for no apparent reason. All he's done is win games and produce. A.J. Dillon, I would have taken him over Aaron Jones here. As I think Aaron Jones' production is going this way, and Dillon's is going this way. That was down and up, respectively. Mike Williams, anyways, a couple of week-to-week high upside guys here at wide receiver, and some great flyers that you ended up taking here coming down the stretch. Moving on. Eddie, the Cirque du Soleil ringmaster Disler.
Eddie!
Yeah, I like your strategy, Eddie. If you guys win a championship, the money that you get back, you don't get, you put your money in, you get it back. Then the second place player gets their money back. But that leaves 8 other teams worth of money. So that's 8 years that you are covered in this league. So if you win this year, you got 8 years to rebuild to get your money to just keep that train rolling. So I really like the strategy. I don't love all of the picks, but that's fine. The most egregious pick in your draft, I think, is probably Trevor Lawrence, for reasons I'll explain here in a second. The best picks, I think, are Mark Andrews, Kirk Cousins, Leonard Fournette, James Conner, Ramondre Stevenson, Darnell Mooney, Travis Etienne, Deontay Johnson. You've got a ton of great picks. Trevor Lawrence was not one of them. The 2 picks I like the most, or like the least, Derrick Henry, Trevor Lawrence. Here's why I hate Lawrence. On 602 pass attempts, barely cracks 3,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. What? His yards per target were he had 5 yards per attempt. That's brutal. That's bad. Even for a rookie, that's bad. His situation, sure, they got rid of his head coach, but is his situation really going to prove that Jacksonville just become a competent organization overnight? No. He sucked. The organization sucks, and he's going to continue to suck. Calling my shot there. You are going to be starting Kirk Cousins over Trevor Lawrence probably every single game this season, except for if Kirk Cousins goes up against an elite passing defense. Here's Kirk Cousins' numbers. Let's take a little look-see. This year, Kirk Cousins had fewer attempts, significantly more yards, over 4 times the amount of touchdowns, and his interceptions are the same as Trevor Lawrence's touchdown total. Trevor Lawrence sucks major penis. Moving on. If that's your only takeaway, then I'm fine with that. Last up, we have got the Raymundo.
Ray's World, tragic Ray starts to tank.
Ray's World. Alright, in Ray's World, he's living with Patrick Mahomes, Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, TJ Hawkins, Michael Carter, some rookie picks, Michael Thomas, Pat Freiermuth, more rookie picks, Davis, Ronnie Moore, more rookie picks. Ray has got a very young core of players, and they're at positions that are very, very important to have long-term success. If you can find a productive young tight end, Ray found one in the 6th round. Are you kidding me? The 6th round, TJ Hawkinson? Well freaking done. Patrick Mahomes does not need to have a rushing, he doesn't need Josh Allen, Kyler Murray production out of his legs to be elite, or Lamar Jackson. He's proven that he can do it with just his arm and escaping the pocket like Russell Wilson does. I really like Najee Harris. Passing game usage, still young, even though he's a super old rookie. CeeDee Lamb, great job. Young, productive. Cooper probably won't be there in the next year or two. They can save an unbelievable amount of money by cutting him. Michael Carter, good job. Hopefully they don't get a second running back to spell him, to create like a 50-50 timeshare. Even if he does, Carter flashed so hard this rookie season that I wouldn't be overly concerned if he ends up in a timeshare. He'll still be usable. But I think, Ray, you're really going to be looking to compete next year or the year after with this super young core that you've built here. So well done. I like your team. I like picks. Everybody, well done. Even Jim, fine. You're doing great. I'm having so much fun. And Tom, thank you for making 3 picks on your wedding night. Shout out to your wife. I'll figure her name out later, I guess. And you guys have yourselves a great day. And I hope you enjoyed this absolute waste of time. Bye.